Yo gamers, Nature here. Today we're going to cover a lucrative gold farm for hunters by soloing Razorfin Downs in WoW Season of Discovery. Big shout out to my boy Farmer Jeff, some random dude dancing as a boomkin, and I said, hey bro, could you keep dancing for like 5 minutes while I do something? And he said, I was born to dance. Now, as always, make sure you like and subscribe. I cannot tell you how much it means to me. Now, quick warning, this farm is not easy, and having a full toolkit of runes and at least like BFD plus upgraded Warsong rep weapons is basically a must. With that being said, first thing we'll want to do is make sure we are spec'd for the farm and like take a piss or like a big poo before you start. There's these fun little boars that respawn and will just kind of come kill you if you're AFK. Obviously, I experienced this. So you can do this either as a melee Beast Mastery spec or ranged Beast Mastery spec. Either way, we'll do the same Beast Mastery build. It's pretty similar to do the build we're used to. However, for melee hunters, we'll go 5 out of 5 into endurance training and get the 3 out of 3 into thick hides, while range build, we'll use those 2 extra kind of points that we get and throw them into endurance training, as you see here. Now, range is a little safer, but I tried both, and melee was just doing it a little quicker since it's more DPS at the moment. With that being said, I'm sure you can just run a normal BM spec. If you're already spec'd BM for maybe your raid, that should be just fine. The first mistake I think you'll make is not bringing enough food. Just trust me, you'll need to tank like one mob while your pet is tanking multiple. And if you're melee, the Reavers cleave as well. So bring that level 35 food just to save yourself some time. Now, we all know Blizzard is taking a very hard stance on gold buying. Basically, if you get random gold mailed to you, it's likely your account will get flagged in a suspension of 2 weeks.
Tweets at Blizzard. He says, salutations, Blizzard CS. Jolly question here, but if I want to get someone target banned in WoW, all I have to do is make an account, buy gold, and then send it to the character I want banned, and your system will flag and suspend them without them being able to do anything. Is that correct? And then Blizzard says, no, sorry. But actually, it turns out that he was right all along.
That seems to be the situation right now. If you receive gold from a source that you don't know in any capacity, there's a very good chance your account could be flagged and banned.
Also, GDKPs are not allowed either. So my old strategy of farming gold, where I basically just leveled 5 hunters and use one for my guild speed runs, and then like a second hunter where I funneled all the gold to buy gear, while actually then just farming all the gold on the 3 other hunters. Well, that's kind of dead in the water. So this has me switching my strategy up. And to be honest, that's probably good for y'all, the viewers, because first thing with RFD farm is to make sure you bring all that 35 water. Again, trust that you'll use it. And I apologize, not the water, but the food, because you can just switch back and forth from Viper while you're eating to recover. Second, make sure you put Disengage rank 2 on your bars. You'll constantly be in a state of trying to pump damage, and you will pull threat off your pet. Disengage will be huge here, because remember, Feign Death is a great tool, but remember, it can be resisted, and it does have a 30-second CD, so Disengage being used often will save you a lot of time, since your pet takes way less damage than you, and we normally would prefer your pets take the tanking, because they take a lot less damage than you, and it'll supplement their health, and you can med pet. It'll make the run a lot quicker. Now, listen, I had some really good players say this can't be done. The farm can't be done on Hunter, and there's a couple of tips and tricks you'll 100% need to know in order to do this. As a side note, the run back is super far if you die, so just be safe. Now, the cool thing with this farm, we get a massive amount of relevant greens, and you have a chance at some really lucrative blue AoE or BOE drops that will set you ahead for basically the entire phase. With the cream of the crop being Quillward Harness, one of these bad boys can basically be your gold that you need for the entire phase. Now, number one, you'll want to plan on a double trap on a 3 mob pool in RFD. Basically here, you'll send the pet in first to gain aggro on the pool, then you'll target either a warrior or reaver and shoot it over to your freezing trap. Then, usually around the time you kill the first mob, you'll then want to feign death and re-trap the target. It's very important that you do the trap correctly in order to not basically F it up. You'll want to make sure that the trap is planned in a way that it can only hit the target that you had already trapped and not the current target that you're DPSing. Now, your feign death could resist. You typically can still pull this off. It's just going to take a lot more resources, which will slow you down tremendously. Number two, this is a must. We want to learn a particular hunter style pool for the 4 or 5 pack pulls. This is where I got feedback that you can't solo this, which isn't true. What you'll do here is place a frost trap where you know the mobs will basically run into it if you were running away from the pool. First, you'll send your pet in with intimidation to gain threat and pull all of the mobs to it. You'll focus either the Reaver or the Geomancer. These are the best 2 mobs to burst down, and you'll just basically pick that based off your strategy. Next, we will put your pet on stay. I'd recommend a macro, and I'll show that here. On your pet, now that your pet is on stay, you'll position yourself behind the frost trap and cast Mend Pet. Since your pet was only on the aggro table with all the other mobs based off the pool and nothing else, Mend Pet on the first tick will actually pull threat off your pet to you. We simply then run away, preferably with Cheeto, while the mobs target you and are slowed by that frost trap that we placed intentionally. It's important here we then despawn our pet from just distance, and keyword, we need to be at 40 yards from the mobs chasing us. That makes our feign death guaranteed to be able to not get resisted. As a side note, make sure you stop running and don't push anything while you hit that feign death in order to not bug it out. Number 3, I won't go over every patrol, but you'll definitely learn that first pack pull that comes up on the right, which is like 3 or 4 mobs, it could actually randomly spawn either 3 or 4. You'll want to pull it to the back so the patrol can't come in and kill you, as you see here.
All right, to close this out, I guess we got another boomy. Oh my freaking God, we got a third boomy. They're going nuts. Make sure you guys smash that like and subscribe. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. To my boy Udej, Doobies, and Farmer Jeff, these guys just randomly did this. I have no clue why this is here, but until next time, you guys, peace.